At Dell, we're working to create a legacy of driving human progress, lifting people up, leaving the planet better than we found it. It's a legacy built by innovation and advocacy, using ocean-bound plastics in packaging, building an award-winning global recycling program, recovering plastic and gold from old tech for new computers, helping our customers meet their sustainability goals. And we don't create it alone. We work with our supply chain partners to improve their environmental impact, to combat forced labor and protect human rights, to prioritize ethical behavior. We support and serve our communities around the globe, helping millions of kids get better access to technology, volunteering over 800,000 hours every year, advancing life-saving technologies. We do this to make the world a better place. That's how we're building a legacy of good. Will you join us?
Each year, 8 million metric tons of plastic enter the ocean, enough to put 5 grocery bags full of plastic trash on every foot of every coastline around the world. These plastics break down and make their way up the food chain and into your stomach. Dell wants to help break this cycle by keeping plastics in the economy and out of the ocean. To those ends, we are building the first commercial-scale ocean plastic supply chain. We are processing ocean-bound plastics collected from beaches, waterways and coastal areas and using them to make packaging. And we made a pledge to the United Nations to use 80 tons annually by 2025. The trays are made from 25% ocean plastics and the remainder from recycled plastics from other sources. We also brought like-minded manufacturers and non-profits together to create Next Wave, a coalition whose members are committed to using ocean plastics in their manufacturing and packaging like Dell.
The opportunities to help the environment are all around us. Dell's Planet Employee Resource Group connect team members who share this belief and are committed to taking action in their communities. For example, led by members of the Planet Employee Resource Group, team members around the company participate in litter cleanup events on and around Earth Day. Often, in support of our work to keep plastics out of the oceans and in the economy, they get their hands dirty cleaning up beaches, shorelines, rivers and other areas. From volunteer events and community projects to networking and learning opportunities, the employee resource groups at Dell provide an outlet for team members' passions.
There's over 8 million tons of plastic a year going into the ocean.
The UN and others have estimated that by the year 2050, we will have more plastic in the ocean than fish by volume.
By collaborating with other like-minded companies, I think we can make a significant difference to this problem.
These companies are leading industries to show them this is the new way to make products. We can redesign things and reuse materials that are out there in the environment to limit our impact going forward and protect the place that we really love.
At Dell, we look for ways to close the loops in our supply chain, recycling and reusing materials in our products. When you recycle products with Dell, our environmental partners determine if products or components can be reused. Everything else is sorted and responsibly recycled. Today, we take the recycled plastic and recycled gold, melt them down, and use them again for new components. Meanwhile, our award-winning designs implement considerations for recyclability and disassembly in order to make closed-loop recycling easier for everyone. Finally, the products are assembled and shipped for purchase and use until they get recycled again. Driving innovative circular approaches like this is just one example of how Dell is leading the IT industry's transition to a more sustainable approach.
Dell is committed to creating a legacy of good to benefit our customers and our community. Thank you for learning more about some of our initiatives.
Now with Dell's technology and the dedicated, impassioned researchers and doctors at TGen, we're pushing the boundaries of precision medicine, making it faster and more affordable for families in need. Using Dell's most advanced technology and with our financial support, human genome sequencing can now be done at the point of diagnosis, not as a last resort, and in a fraction of the time it used to take. We're also working with TGen to bring the benefits of precision medicine to treatment of other types of cancer and rare childhood diseases.
Dell believes boosting the number of women who enter STEM fields in science, technology, engineering and mathematics is critical to expanding the nation's hiring pool, as well as helping to bring new perspectives to issues the world faces.
TGen is a nonprofit research institute, and we focus on understanding the human genome and translating that information into advances in human health. We have very complex problems that we're trying to answer. There's a lot at stake for our patients where days matter. When we complete a patient's genome sequence, we're looking at about 90 billion data points. And that really requires a lot of deep compute resources to get to that knowledge. We need to use the high-performance computing to really understand that data. And hopefully, by uncovering those clues, we can learn more about how to treat or prevent disease.
We're going from 2 weeks to process a genome down to roughly 7-8 hours on our new system. We've been using Dell Intel systems in our research labs to start crunching through genomic data in a big data methodology. In order to process data at the petascale, you need a platform like Hadoop to enable you to be able to actually process that data.
Understanding the patient's genome can make a tremendous difference for us to make a treatment decision. To give you a sense of how enormous the human genome is, if you typed 60 words a minute, 8 hours a day, it would take 50 years for you to complete the 3 billion letters in the DNA alphabet. And it would be a stack of paper as high as the Statue of Liberty. A single misspelling on a single page of that document is sufficient to cause a disease.
Dell is committed to creating a legacy of good to benefit our customers and our community. Thank you for learning more about some of our initiatives.